are we excited? The Amiga is the latest game system to get a mini retro remake. I hope that you know what an Amiga is. You know what an Amiga is, Troy?
That one might actually be a little bit before my time.
Oh my goodness. Am I the only one that knows what an Amiga is?
No,
Okay.
I know what an Amiga is.
I am going to tell you what the Amiga was. We didn't own one, okay, but I remember being a kid, and I got an NES for Christmas, and I was like, wow, this is much better than those Atari games I was playing. I go over to my cousin Andrew's house, who has this Amiga computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has a game in there called Shadow the Beast, and I looked at it. I need to explain to you guys, I didn't understand. I couldn't fathom that graphics could look that good. Like two-dimensional sprite-based graphics could look good. It had this stuff called parallax scrolling, okay? I was floored, and you know, it wasn't long after that my brother picked up a Sega Genesis, because the Sega Genesis could sort of get up to that level. Of course, the Amiga at the point, this was what you got for like the best graphics in your computer games, okay? But apparently, if you want to enjoy the good old days of the Amiga, which I guess Troy is not familiar with the Amiga, you can buy a Mini coming out. Okay?
Yeah.
If you live in England.
Well, wasn't Amiga, wasn't it the precursor to like the Commodore 64 and the 128 and whatnot?
No, this was after. Apparently,
okay.
Commodore made it. Let me read from this article. Commodore's Amiga 500, a home computer that became a popular game system, is receiving a remake. The A500 Mini is being developed by Retro Games Limited, which previously released a mini version of the Commodore 64. They released the Commodore 64 Mini. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway, the Amiga 500 was the most successful model of the Amiga family of PCs, which started to appear in the mid-'80s and drew a devoted following as gaming systems, particularly in Europe. While the A500 Mini is clearly based on the Amiga 500, Retro Games Limited says it will also emulate the more powerful AGA graphics hardware from the Amiga 1200. Okay, maybe my cousin had the 12. I don't know. It was an Amiga, okay? I'm not a computer expert. There will be 25 included games in total, and you'll be able to add more yourself with WHD load and installation package from Amiga software. Okay, so I guess you can wink, add more games to it if you want. Okay,
Yeah.
Probably because Shadow of the Beast that's owned by Sony, but you can probably get it on there. Okay, so Lemmings is also owned by Sony, but you can get that on there too, I'm sure. But,
I remember Lemmings.
Lemmings was made by the same company that made Shadow of the Beast. Other system functions include the ability to switch between 50 hertz and 60 hertz screen refresh rate, save states, a built-in CRT filter, and various scaling options. The A500 Mini comes with a 2-button USB mouse that is already making my hand cramp up with nostalgia. Oh, you should take a look at that thing, as well as a gamepad reminiscent of the one from the CD32, an ill-fated attempt to convert the Amiga into a traditional game console.
Yeah, this is my problem with miniaturizing. I just recently, I may have mentioned this on a stream, was having problems with my mouse and keyboard and needed to replace them. And Netter got me a very compact model, and I loved the compact nature of it. Freed up a lot of space on my desk, but it was so small trying to type. You know, I couldn't do it.
Well, let me read through the rest of this. The keyboard on the case is sadly not functional, but you can hook up your own via USB. So get yourself a cheap
That doesn't
keyboard.
make any sense. It would be so easy for them to build a keyboard into it.
Listen to me. Stop complaining. Stop being entitled to a keyboard, okay?
Oh, jeez.
You want your Amiga system? Okay. It comes with
No, I actually don't. You do.
You're not sure about this. What were you gaming on? PC only? You never had an Amiga?
I went from Commodore 128 to a 386.
Okay, so you missed out on the Amiga.
Yeah.
Well,
and
the
then I
Amiga
just
was
kept
impressive.
upgrading the PC. And the nice thing about upgrading PCs is, for the most part, most games, you could create emulators to play older things. So I've never been away from the games that I loved.
Okay, but my point is that if you want to get that authentic Amiga...
You reminisce about the good old days. I continue to live them.
Okay, but you can live them yourself if you live in England, because I don't think it's been announced for release over here yet, but it may.
There you go.
And you can, and if you want, you can hook up a keyboard and a normal mouse to it too, if you want to just have more convenience. And you know, I don't know, it might be neat. I'm not saying
No, I mean, if this is something that you're nostalgic about,
Well, I'm
this
not
is
nostalgic about it because I
absolutely a
never
good thing. I'm just saying I'm probably not the target market.
Well, I'm not the
But
target
when you
market
say
either,
something like it comes with a keyboard that's non-functional, That's ridiculous.
It's to keep costs down. They got to put the software on there.
Then why
Okay.
even give you the keyboard?
I don't know. It's to make it look like you have the real thing. Okay. It's going to have a
Oh,
virtual
my
keyboard you
head
can bring
is
up on the
hurting.
screen if you don't want to hook up a regular one. Listen to me. It's going to come. You remember the game Out of This World, or Out Another World as it was called in Europe?
Not sure.
Use
No.
polygons, and like you're the guy, you go to another dimension, and like you got to run away from the slimy things attacking you and the beast. And this is not ringing a bell to you at all.
No.
Okay.
I'm picturing other games that were like it. Like
it's like a Prince of Persia type of game. Okay.
Okay.
You know, except it's done with polygons instead.
Sure.
And I had, of course, I had that on my Super Nintendo, and I can still play it on my Super Nintendo because cartridges are cool like that. And you can also buy a remastered version of Another World on your Xbox or whatever current game console you own. So does this work for me? No, because most of the games on here that I would want, I probably have in other forms on other systems. But for
Yep.
those of you that want the authentic Amiga experience, yay! And no one cares.